Hi, I'm Sunny, and this is my podcast, Creator, Created, Creating. Short and sweet mindset shifts for intentional life creation. So I want to share a funny story about a package. If you've been around my space for a while, you've probably heard me say how life is speaking to us all the time. It's mirroring our beliefs, mirroring what we're struggling with, mirroring what we're thinking about. It's mirroring us. So you can interpret little tiny events in your daily life, in your just regular monotonous life, to show you and tell you what you're struggling with and help you to resolve it. So I share these all the time on Facebook and Instagram, but I wanted to share one that just happened yesterday because it was so cute. So I had this dress that I had ordered, and this dress was like $260, and it didn't work out. I didn't end up liking the dress on me, and I had it in a box on the couch ready to go to be returned. But suddenly, the dress was just gone. It was not here. It was nowhere. It was just there, and it was gone. It was as if it vanished into the universe. It just vanished out of thin air. And we've been snowed in for a few days, so we definitely didn't take it anywhere. I definitely didn't do anything with it. And I asked Kenny, and he hadn't done anything with it. He hadn't moved it or anything like that. And we're going through this whole thing. We're looking everywhere, even though both of us know we didn't pick it up and take it anywhere, but we're just looking everywhere for this thing, this box, and it's just nowhere to be found. So eventually we're like, maybe he accidentally burned it, because we burn boxes in our fireplace every now and again. And he's thinking, but he always checks inside the box and like collapses the box. So that really didn't seem feasible at all. But we're like, I guess that must have happened. So he must have burned the $260 dress in the box. And like, yeah, I don't want that to happen. I don't want to burn $260 for sure. But so it was like we were just racking our brains and like looking all around. And like eventually I was just like, I was starting to get upset about it. And then I was like, you know what? Okay. It's okay. Doesn't matter. Like all these messages about like how irresponsible and like you can't just waste money and oh my God, like that was just that's so much money to burn, like all this talk in my head, all this freak out. And really how I felt about it was like, okay, if that happened, it happened. Ooh, I was just going to sneeze. I was like, okay, well, that's okay. That's what it is. It's gone. I was just like, okay, if it's gone, it's gone. It's just gone. That's okay. And then he was like, well, you can return. I bought him some fishing waders. He's like, you can return those to offset the cost. And I was like, no, I don't need to do that. No, that's okay. Like, yeah, we wish that wouldn't have happened, but it's okay. Like, it's gone. We're just going to move on. Of course you get to keep your good things. We're not going to go back and start. Yeah. So now, if I had needed to do that for our own safety, I of course would have. So I'm not saying don't do things that are in your own best interest, but that was not the case in this case. It was like, that is a bummer. Oh, well, it's going to be okay. It doesn't mean anything about me. It doesn't mean that I'm bad with money. It doesn't mean that I'm irresponsible. It doesn't mean that it's a waste. It doesn't mean that there's not more. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean I've made any bad decisions. It doesn't mean anything. It just happened. It means whatever I say it means, actually. But it just happened. So I was like, okay, I accept. Just accept. It's gone. No problem. It's gone. Get $260 in bills, put them in the fireplace, and watch them burn. That's life. Things that we cherish and value and wish we would never lose, we lose. Life is impermanent. Life is about impermanence. I just accepted. Okay. And in that was a deeper letting go of like, I need to hang on to every thing, every creation, every business, every job, every person, every money, all of that stuff. There was like a deeper like acceptance. Okay. Things come and go. It's okay. Things come and go. And in that moment, I'm not even joking. The second, because I was telling Kenny this, I was like, it's okay. It's gone. It's no big deal. Of course, I don't want you to send back your waiters. Of course, you're going to move forward with that. We're not going back just because something like this happened. It's no big deal. It's gone. The second that happened, he was like, oh. And he suddenly remembered that the box was directly behind me in my chair, directly behind me. And he had used it to block this heater vent that was behind me that was blowing too much hot air where I was sitting for my work. And he just suddenly remembered it was there. So it did vanish into the universe. The universe vanished the box. So I could receive this deeper understanding, receive this deeper letting go, receive this deeper acceptance and self-trust. And then as soon as I remembered that, poof, there was the box. The box poofed back into reality. Now, some people, including my husband, would say, yeah, it was just behind the couch. I do not see it that way. I know it was just behind the couch, but it disappeared from our reality, meaning our conscious awareness reality. Our conscious awareness reality did not contain the box. And then it did contain the box. Magic. Absolute magic. And I just laughed and laughed and laughed. So life is speaking to us this way all the time. And when we receive those lessons and we actually integrate those lessons, for me, I feel them in my sacral area. Always. That's my gut. Other people will feel it in their heart. Other people might feel it in another area of their body, wherever that lesson is integrating. But that's where I felt it. And as soon as I did, poof, there was the box. So the dress is being returned and I didn't have to lose that money. But it wasn't until I was okay with it that it shifted. So that's why I'm always sharing with you things about being okay with it no matter what happens. That is a powerful energy shifter. Hugely powerful. So I just wanted to share that cute little story today. And then I also just had this tiny there can also be tiny reflections like our little dog Junie. We have two little dogs, Hattie and June. You've probably seen them if you follow me on social media. And Junie, they sleep with us and she goes under the covers and I have this really heavy blanket. It's not a weighted blanket, but it's like this fuzzy blanket and it has a lot of weight to it. And we have this thing ongoing for a while now where Kenny worries that she's under the covers, she's under that blanket, she's going to suffocate and she's going to die under there. And I'm always like, she can breathe. She can breathe. It's okay. She can breathe. And even that, I woke up in the middle of the night last night. I was like, oh, yeah, there is a part of me. So that situation is reflecting a belief that I have that if I'm too cozy, if I'm too warm, it's going to kill me. If I'm too warm and cozy, meaning if I feel too safe, if I feel too secure, I'm going to get killed. Like it's not, in other words, there's a part of me that believes it's not safe to be comfortable. It's not safe to be at ease. And that's my fight or flight response survival brain. It's worried because that's what it's been trained to do, and that's what it's been trained to do all its life. And this ease in my body, mind, and soul is newly created. And I believe that that ease is being newly created in different ways for all of humanity, slowly. And we're all at different stages of that. But that's what's happening as our species evolves. So anyway, I'm getting a little sidetracked there, but basically it was like, oh, that's what that's about. Like there is that situation just reflects this belief that I have that if I'm too cozy and comfortable and safe, like I'm going to get crushed. I'm going to get killed. I'm going to get suffocated by it. And the thing is, I don't have to do anything with that. I don't have to then make that go away somehow or transform that. Just recognizing it is enough to already begin to transform it. The recognition transforms it. Seeing it transforms it. It was like with the box. As soon as I saw, oh, I know what I see. I see what I need to do here. Like just accept. And then the situation instantly resolved. And I've had that happen countless times. And then other things that are really sticky and that I'm still struggling with, they don't instantly resolve because I have much thicker, stronger, more rooted beliefs there that I'm struggling with. But either way, in either case, the recognition of what is truly being reflected there in me is enough, because the more you're aware of it, the more it shifts on its own, because there is infinite intelligence in that awareness. It's not just like your human brain seeing it. It's the intelligence of the entire universe and cosmos that's seeing it as you. It knows what to do with that. It just needs to see it. That's all. And so isn't that magic? Isn't that absolute freaking magic? That we can just see something and the seeing of it begins to dissolve it already. And some things will be stickier and they will take longer, but still just bringing that awareness. Oh, I see where I'm at with that thing. Oh, there's that belief again. I wish that belief would go away, but there it is. Of course you believe that. Of course you do. Poor sweet thing. You've been raised in this world. Of course you believe that. That's okay. I'm here for you. And this voice starts to emerge that speaks to that part in another way, in a loving way. So that's all I had to share for today. And I hope that gives you some insight and some ability to maybe look at and interpret some of the ways that your life is speaking to you, some of the everyday events. And I'm eventually going to do kind of a one-off class about that, or maybe something in my private podcast, my paid private podcast about that, how to interpret your reality if you don't intuitively know how to do that. Let me know if you'd be interested in that by emailing me, sunny@sunnychapman.com. And also feel free to ask any questions at sunnychapman.com/ask. It's an anonymous submission for podcast episode ideas and or to ask questions. And don't forget to check out my new private podcast, Creating the Uncourse, where I share more personal stories and more bits that I won't share here. You can find out about that at sunnychapman.com/private pod. No spaces. All right. See you next time. Mwah. Thanks for joining me today. And if you'd like to find out more about me and my work, you can find me at sunnychapman.com.